A few months? Why? I mean, why bother? Will I suddenly be unraped then?
Miranda put on her most seductive dress and walked into the prison to visit the man who once raped her. Across the glass, William apologized again and again. He thought she had come to seek revenge, but the first thing Miranda said caught him completely off guard. "Are they feeding you well in here?" Then the two began to chat, almost like a couple catching up. From then on, Miranda visited William every week, and with every visit, her outfits became more and more revealing. But what led to all this began with something as ordinary as a blind date. It was Miranda's first time going on one. When a man showed up at her door wearing a delivery uniform, she mistakenly assumed he was her date and invited him in. William didn't correct her. He walked in without hesitation. Feeling awkward about her appearance, Miranda excused herself to change into a nicer dress. When she returned, William looked her up and down and complimented her, calling her beautiful. But something felt wrong. Miranda sensed this man wasn't her date at all. Alarm bells went off. She asked him to leave. William walked to the door, but instead of leaving, he locked it from the inside. Then, without warning, he grabbed her by the hair and violently assaulted her. When it was over, he fled in a panic. Moments later, Miranda's actual blind date arrived. He noticed the front door was ajar. He knocked, but got no response. Concerned, he stepped inside and was horrified by what he found. He immediately called the police and gave a full statement of what he'd witnessed. Miranda was rushed to the hospital for examination. She allowed the staff to take photos for evidence, but the physical pain paled in comparison to the psychological torment, especially for someone like Miranda, who struggled with severe obsessive cleanliness. Thanks to her detailed description, the police were able to quickly track down William. He was arrested and sent to prison. After being discharged from the hospital, Miranda couldn't bear to go home. She moved in with her father. She wanted to sell the house and move on with her life. But word had spread, and buyers backed away as soon as they learned what had happened there. The rejection pushed Miranda to the edge. Worse yet, her right hand had developed a tremor. At first, she thought she was imagining it. But the next day, while baking a cake at home, her hand trembled so violently that she couldn't hold her utensils. The condition cost her dearly. She lost her chance to be promoted to attending physician. Everything had started with William, and now he was destroying her life even from behind bars. Her moods turned volatile. She snapped at coworkers without warning. One colleague, trying to help, even gave her tools to practice steadying her hand. One night, long after midnight, she sat at her table clutching the tool and trying to train her trembling hand. But no matter how hard she tried, no matter how long she focused, the shaking wouldn't stop.